I repeat one more time. नास्त्रैः न शस्त्रैः अनिलेन वह्निना छेतुं न शक्यो न च कर्मकोटिभिः विवेकविज्ञानमहासिना विना धातुप्रसादेन शितेन मंजुना. See the translation. Neither by weapons, nor by wind, nor by fire, nor by millions of actions can this bondage be destroyed. Why nothing save the wonder sword of knowledge, which comes from discrimination and is sharpened by the purification of the mind and the intellect, can we end this bondage. See, one more time translation. Neither by weapons, nor by fire, not by millions of actions can this bondage be destroyed. Why nothing save the wonder sword of knowledge, which comes from discrimination given by the grace of Lord, can we end this bondage. So we are entering a new chapter, a new theme. In the path of spirituality, very difficult task is what is path? What should we do? And what is problem? And is there problem or not? And is your problem or not? If we have real interest, then we can face any challenges, any situation, any hard problems. First, we have to diagnose a disease. Disease is there or not? The main issue is there disease or not? And what disease is? So, having known that there is a disease, then one should start a treatment remedy. Same in a spiritual life, we are working, we are trying, but we find out first what path is, what is the problem, and what is solution. Once having known the problem is, and this is mind problem, this is mind problem, and it immediately wants solution, then we start working hard. Like everyone knows, the earning of the money is not easy job. Everyone is aware, but we are working. We are working very hard. We are not complaining anyone. This is very hard work. I cannot do. No. We know the importance of the money, and we want to earn the money immediately without taking any rest, whatever condition may be, whatever situation there may be. Who cares? We are ready to face any problem. We are ready to face any condition because we know the means, the importance of the money. Then we are not tired. But in path of the spirituality, always we want a shortcut. A path of, we want easier way. Always we want easier way. Without doing anything, we want so much. See, our greediness. Without doing any work, we want reality. So in this, and in word also, if you try to find out a easy way for earning money, we will be cheated. We may be cheated. So the same way in a spiritual life, just follow the proper rules, the basics. Here, you remember verse number 49. Their disciple asked a question. There are so many questions they have answered. But one question there was, Katham Vimoksha. Katham Vimoksha. How one be freed from these boundaries? How does one free from it? The question was, what the way? So first thing is, we have to understand what bondage is, what problem is. Still, we have understood that the real problem is identification with unreal with real, anatman with atman. So this identification is the problem, is the bondage. That is why it should be sold. Now, Guru is giving answer. Nastrai na sastrai. It is a problem. It is a bondage. How to cut it? How to destroy it? So we have created so many weapons for destruction. So many destructions. We have lots of weapons in ancient time and even today also. So these all destruction's powers cannot destroy these boundaries. Nastri nasastri. We can destroy whole world. We can destroy all universe. But this bondage cannot be destroyed. Nastri nasastri. There is no any weapons. So this is man-made. Another is Anilena Vannina. There are some destructions power are given by nature, like fire. Fire can burn anything. Water and air also. So these are the life giver and destruction power also they have. Fire can burn anything. But this bondage, fire cannot destroy. This bondage, water cannot destroy. This bondage air cannot destroy. Nastrai, na sastrai, na anina bandhina, and chetum na shakyo na cha karma kotvi. And there is no any action which can cut it. There is no any action. There are millions karmas, actions we are doing continuously. But result of the actions are different. Action cannot give you knowledge. Action can give you happiness or misery, object, any destination, but action cannot give you knowledge. So millions of actions are not able to make you understand the reality of the world. Then question is how to cut it. The answer is Viveka Vijnana Masina Vina. We have only one cause. Like if you want to cut any tree, if we want to cut anything, we need axe. Asanga sastrena dradena chitva. If you want to cut a tree, you need an axe. And what it is? Viveka Vijnana Masina. What is it axe? It is a Vijnan. Vijnan means knowledge. Not only knowledge. Knowledge which has been digested by you. Knowledge which has become your part. Understanding, wisdom, knowledge converted into a wisdom. This is Vijnan. There are two words, Gyan, knowledge, Vijnan, the knowledge which has been digested by you. Its cause is Vivek. Vivek means discrimination power. So discrimination power is the cause for knowledge. So destruction powers cannot destroy it. Discrimination power can destroy it. Unlimited discrimination powers everyone has. Animals also has. They know what is eatable, what is not eatable. They also know their family, their kids, their food, their shelter, day, night. They know. But in this text, discrimination does not mean in bodily labor. Discrimination means when you are able to discriminate real and unreal. When you have capability to understand self and not self. So this is the Vivek. Discrimination power. Viveka Vijnan Asinas. This is the sword. To cut the tree and Shitena Dhatu Prasadena. One more thing we have to require. This is the God's grace. Because the discrimination power you cannot create. Discrimination power is God's gift. We cannot create it. You can earn the money, you can earn the knowledge, you can earn the information, but the discrimination power is God's gift. Dhatu Prasada. Here, Dhatu Prasada, it has two meanings. One is Dhatu Prasada, grace of the God. God becomes happy. See, I remember one incident, very interesting. Lord Sri Krishna's childhood. When Lord Krishna was playing a role of a child, child means ignorant. He does not know what is real, what is not real. So Lord Sri Krishna was playing a role of ignorant child. He was very small. One day it happened, it was full moon night, and Lord Sri Krishna saw moon in the sky. And he said, his mother, Mother, I want the moon to play. I want play with moon. So give me. The mother was surprised. What a demand. It cannot be fulfilled. She said, no, this is not possible. I cannot give you. But the Lord was playing a role of a kid. He wanted to teach something. It was not just a playing. He was teaching us something very different. So he was started crying. No, I want more. Lord insisted. The mother's name was Yashoda. He made a trick. He took a plate with water and he said, look, in the plate, there is a moon. There is a moon. And Sri Krishna says, saw in the plate, there is a moon. He became so happy. He said, thank you very much. He became so happy. And mother was also happy. She knew, I'm not doing perfect. I'm cheating. But there is no other way. And he started playing with the moon. And when he touched the water, immediately the images started shattering, cracking. There is no moon, just images. And he started crying again and again and again. So this is a very, very funny incident. Here situation is just opposite. Here situation is just opposite. We are ignorant person. We are not playing. We are really acting. We are really demanding. The God was demanding real more, but we are demanding unreal. We pray to God, oh God, give me so, give me so, give me so. And God gives indication your demand is not can be fulfilled because you are demanding just impressions. You are demanding just reflections, just images, shadow. They don't have existence. I cannot give you. But we started crying, no, I want. Oh God, give me. God is not ready, but we insist again and again, again and again. So God gives reflections. You become happy. Little while. When you start playing with them, there is nothing, just images, shadows. God is not happy. Even He gave something to you, but still He is not happy because He knew. He knew the reality of the objects which had been given to you. But rarely, some spiritual seeker demands for reality. He wants help from the God to find out the reality. God becomes very happy. This demand is suitable to God. This demand is very suitable. God becomes very happy. Someone has come to his demand is real. And I can give you real. God becomes very happy. Because He wants to give you reality, but we want shadow. He wants images. God wants give us reality. So some seeker, some spiritual seeker, when asked God, oh God, give me help. I want to find out my own nature. God becomes very happy. Shankaracharya says, Dhatu Prasada. So this is Dhatu Prasad. Happiness of the gods. God is always with you. For this purpose, especially Dhatu Prasada, your sword becomes very sharp. It can cut. Dhatu Prasadena Shitena Manjuna, then one can cut these words. Now, next one. श्रुति प्रमाणिक मते स्वधर्म निष्ठतया वात्म विशुद्धिरस्य विशुद्ध बुद्धे परमात्म वेदनम तेनैव संसार समूल नाश. I repeat one more time. श्रुति प्रमाणिक मते स्वधर्म निष्ठतैव आत्म विशुद्धिरस्य विशुद्ध बुद्धे परमात्म वेदनम तेनैव संसार समूल नाश. See the translation. One who has deep devotion to the scriptures and is firmly established in one's duties for these actions alone contribute to the purity of the mind, and is of pure mind realize the supreme self. By this knowledge alone is sansar destroyed, root and branch. I translate one more time. He who has deep devotion to the Shastra, which and who is established in this Swadharma, for these alone contribute to the purity of the mind, and is of pure mind realize the Supreme Self. By this knowledge alone is sansar destroyed, root and branch. In previous verse, there was a portion, there is karma koti bhi. Nacha karma koti bhi. You cannot destroy this bondage by doing millions actions. So there was this portion. Now the question arises, then what about good karmas? What about the Vedic karmas? Then spiritual is useless. What is the use of spiritual? So Shankaracharya give immediately answer. He says, listen. Shruti pramani kamate swadharma. The question is how to cut the boundage of the words. Shankaracharya says, the proper way is, in very first, Shruti pramani kamate swadharma. We should have deep devotion to the scriptures. Scriptures are supreme authority. We are ready to misunderstand everything immediately. We want to create doubt, misconception. That is why Shankaracharya immediately reacts. He says, listen carefully. Things will start from your devotion should be in scriptures. Because being a human being, we know our duties. We are human beings. We have duties. Duties towards family, duties towards society, duties towards country, humanity, to the world. We have so many duties. So these duties we have to do properly. Knowingly, unknowingly, we are connected to the scriptures. See deeply, all over the world, wherever each human being, scriptures are for human beings. They love truth everywhere. They love good work everywhere. Not even now, in ancient time, apart from they are educated or they are not educated, but everyone loves truth. He wants truth from everyone. Scripture says, Satyam Vad, speak truth. So this message is from scriptures, but this message is spread all over the world. So knowingly, unknowingly, we are rooted in scriptures. That is why Shankaracharya says, Shruti Pramani Kamate, you have to faith in scriptures. Scriptures are eye for spiritual seeker. Scriptures are strength for spiritual seeker. Pramani Kamate Swadharma. Then scriptures can teach you what is your duty. What is your duty? Your dharma. The word dharma is very important, very meaningful. Today, we are so confused by this word, dharma, religion. But the definition of the dharma is yato abhyuday nishreyas prapti sa dharma. Dharma means what? The definition is by which your this life, and another life after death, both lives becomes happy. Dharma is your nature. Whatever you want, you control yourself. Dharma is controlling power. For your abhyuday, your progress in this life, for your happiness in this life, and another life, which is suitable, that is dharma. Both life will make happiness, will make happy, by which it called dharma. So dharma nishtha. And then if we follow dharma, its result will be purification of the mind. Purification of the mind. The question was asked in previous session, how to purify our mind. Shankaracharya says, for purification of your mind, you must follow your dharma. You listen yourself. You don't listen greediness. You don't listen anger. You listen yourself. You should listen your voice. Your voice. Don't listen your anger. Don't listen your greed. Don't listen your hatred, your jealousy. Just listen yourself. This would be dharma. And by this dharma, your mind, your intellect becomes purified. Vishuddhirasya. And then what happens? Vishuddha buddhe paramatma vedanam. Having done purification of the mind, there is no any other way to purify your mind. Do your duty. It is not work, it is worship. You are doing your worship. Then slowly, your mind becomes pure. Pure means calm, white, in happiness state. In this purified mind, the thought of the Brahman will be arises. Vishuddha buddhe paramatma vedanam. Then you can understand. You can realize the knowledge of the self. See, we have so many good thoughts in our minds. And what we do? We have so many lots of good thoughts. And then we start writing a book. for others. We have lots of thought and we write a book. We give immediately to another person. I have lots of knowledge. So I want to give you something to other person. So this is very bad thing. It is like this. You have eaten a good food and it becomes undigested. Undigested food becomes harmful for the body. It wants come out. Come out. Same, you have collected so many thoughts, so many informations, good informations. They must be digested. But what we do? Immediately, we search a victim. We want to kill for others. We start writing a book. We do not use our good thought for ourselves. Your good thought first must be used for yourself. Paramatma Vedana, realization of the God. Your informations are in mind. So information is not knowledge. So digest it. It can be digested only if mind is pure. Without purity of the mind, we can collect informations. Mind is not needed to be purified. We can collect good thoughts. We can collect good books. But it will not digest it. Shankaracharya says, Vishuddha buddhe paramatma vedanam. If mind is pure, then we can understand the knowledge of the Brahman. We can realize the Brahman. Tenaiva sansara shamula nasha. And by which you can cut the tree of the universe by root and branch. Samula, everything will be destroyed because the whole world is, its root is ignorance. If you have destroyed ignorance, automatically it will destroy. Now, next one. कोशैरन्नमयाद्यहि पंचधीरात्मा न संवृतो भवति निजशक्ति समुत्पन्नै शैवालपटलैरिवां पापिस्थम्. I repeat. कोशै अन्नमयाद्यहि पंचधीरात्मा न संवृतो भवति निजशक्ति समुत्पन्नै शैवालपटलैरिवां पापिस्थम्. See the translation. Covered by the five sheaths, such as the food sheath, which are produced by its own divine power, the self does not shine clearly, just as the water in a tank, covered by the collection of moss, which is born out of itself. I repeat one more time. Covered by the five sheaths, such as the food sheaths, which are produced by its own divine power, the self does not shine clearly, just as the water in a tank, covered by the collection of moss, which is born out of itself. Now, Shankaracharya is giving an example. He says, there is a like situation, there is a pond or a well, there is a water, without movement, without activity. water is still. Slowly, slowly, the moss grows. Moss is the modification of the water. Water is its cause. Moss like a green grass. Slowly, slowly it covers the whole water. Water becomes height and the moss is covered all surface of the water. Same, water is like, your soul is like water. And five sheaths, Annamaya, Pranamaya, etc., are like a moss. Slowly, slowly, they covers the self. They covers the supreme reality. So all universe is like a moss. If water is still, then moss can take place. If water is moving, then moss does not grow because there is a movement. Ourself, if you realize, if you think continuously about yourself, then the moss will not appear. The five sheaths will not appear. You can realize yourself. So Shankaracharya says, like a pond whose water is covered by moss, surface is like a ground, a green ground. There is no water. Water is inside. If someone is unknown, he does not know the process of the moss and water. He is sitting near the water. He is thirsty, but he cannot get the water because moss appears, not water, and he has no knowledge. But someone has knowledge, then he can find out the water. So Shankaracharya says, like yourself is hidden in five sheets. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. I will explain. Annamaya, Kosai Annamayadei Panchabhiratmana Samvrito Bhavati Nijashakti Samutpannai Saival Patalai Rimamu Bapista. So now next. Tachaivala Samyak Salilam Pratiyate Shuddham Krishna Santapaharam Satya Saukyakaram Param Punsa. I repeat. Tachaivala Samyak Salilam Pratiyate Shuddham Krishna Santapaharam Satya Saukya Pradam Param Punsa. When the moss is removed, absolutely pure water which can quench the pond of thirst and give immediately joy becomes visible. I repeat one more time. When the moss is removed, absolutely pure water which can quench the pangs of thirst and give immediately joy become visible. So Shankaracharya explains his example. So pond is covered by moss. If you are aware the process of the moss and water, and you are thirsty, You feel the hot. You want water. But water does not appear. But you are aware that water is inside. You have courage and enter into pond. Saivala apane, remove the moss. If you remove the moss, the water will appear. The moss is not very thick. It is not very hard. You can remove it very easily. It appears very hard, but it is not. You can remove it very easily. Just a movement of your hand is enough to find out water. It is not hard work. It appears very hard, but it is not. Chaivalapane samyak salilam pratiyate. Then you will find the water, a clear water. Then you drink water, you take bath in the water, you can use water. Water is available on its purity, with its purity. Same here, Krishna Santat Haram Satya Saukhya Pradam Param Punsa. Shankaracharya says, if someone has courage, he can enter into water and remove the moss. Krishna Santa Param, immediately he will find the water. And he can drink, he can take bath. But one more thing, if you remove the moss once, it does not mean you have uncovered the water for always. No. Immediately, the moss will cover again. You have to remove again. It will come again, you remove again. It come and you remove, come and remove. This process will go on. So this is spiritual practice. Now, next one. Panchanamapi kosanam apavade vibhattayam suttha nityanandai karasa pratyak rupa para swayam jyoti. I repeat. Panchanamapi koshanam apavade vibhattayam suttha nityanandai karasa pratyak rupa para swayam jyoti. See the translation. When all five sheaths have been negated, the self shines supremely as being the essence of everlasting bliss, as the indwelling self, effulgent spirit supreme. One more time. When all five sheaths have been negated, the self shines supremely as being the essence of everlasting bliss, as the indwelling self-effulgent spirit supreme. Very interesting. We know distance of another city. We know the distance of another country. We know the distance of moon. We know the distance of sun. We know the distance of galaxies. But we don't know what distance is from myself to God. It's a very strange thing. All distances we know. But what is distance between you and the supreme reality? There is distance is 5 kosa. In Sanskrit, kosa is the measurement, like a mileage, kilometers. Same In Sanskrit, kosha means a distance, a measurement for distance. You are away from 5, you can say that you are away from yourself only 5 miles. These 5 miles are Annamaya. You have to remove Panchanamapi Koshana one by one. You are covered by Annamaya Kosha. Shankaracharya says, first you have to remove the Annamaya Kosha. This is not me. Annamaya Kosha. Then next kosha will appear. Pranamaya. It is a much tough. It is a big problem. Annamaya Kosha, you can easily understand that this is not me. But Pranamaya Kosha is much difficult to remove. Then one by one, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanmaya, lastly Anandamaya. When you remove all koshas, apavade, removing vibhatayam suddham, like water will appear. When you remove the moss, you can see the water. Same, if you are able to remove the 5 seeds, the consciousness, vibhati, will appear. And it is pure, Suddha. It is covered, but it is not mixed. It is pure, always pure. Nityanandayika rasa. It is always blissful, always bliss. In spirituality, we don't want to become happy. We are happy. Our nature is happy. Our reality is happy. Our existence is happy. We cannot be separate. Happiness and I are not separate. Nityanandayika rasa pratyaka rupa. And it is everywhere. If you sit properly and close your eye and go inside and deep, I'm not the gross body, I'm not the prana, and slowly, you will reach your destination. This destination is Ekarasa, always the same. In millions years before, as it was, today it is the same. Nothing changed. Pratyak Rupa. And everywhere, it is residing everywhere. Para, the Supreme, Swayam Jyoti. It, sometimes we make some misconception that Jyoti means light. We think that the Atman is like a light, like a flame. And we close our eyes and look inside, there is a light. And we think that this is the Atman. No, don't be confused. It's not Atman. Swayam Jyoti does not mean a light. Swayam Jyoti means it is a knowledge. It expresses yourself without any equipment. Swayam Jyoti, just it is covered by 5 sheets. So you have to remove one by one and you will find the supreme reality. So today we have to stop here. Thank you very much. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।